any product, anything with energy in it is a partnership between the product and the person. A lot of people will come in and they'll think that, oh, if I just light this candle, that's enough. And the thing is that you have to give the energy something to ladder off of. So if you don't come in with the intention that, okay, I really want to make some changes in my life and move towards success or move towards healing. And if you have enough of that inside you, like a burning desire inside you, then once you light the candle, you can say, the intention of the candle, you can say your own intention, you put it out there, but just know that once you light that candle or once you use that spray or once you use that oil, you're committing to change.
Hi, I am Donna McDine, and welcome to the Energy of Serenity podcast. Here we unleash empowerment through the power of the word. Join me and my guests as we share stories, tools, and insights to help you feel grounded and aligned. Let's dive in. Welcome, Donna McDine here of Energy Serenity Podcast. I am delighted to welcome Melissa Paone Somma to the podcast today, where we're going to just be chit-chatting, letting the energy bring us where it needs to be. And I see that there's an additional guest with us today.
Yeah, she's never comes around, but for some reason, she's just too on to be up. But I think she's not going to last long.
Right.
Just enough to be seen.
Yes.
But this is spooky.
I love it. Love her.
So,
the energy is just beautiful. Beautiful. So excellent. So for those listeners that do not know Melissa, she is the beautiful creator of the LightClub Curiosity Shoppe. Her flagship location is in Sugarloaf, New York, and her second major location is in beautiful Warwick, New York. So Melissa, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here today.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be here.
And we've been connected now, probably 12 years now?
Yeah, I would say about 12 years. Yeah. My goodness.
I know, time flies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible. And the changes that have occurred from the first day we met till now.
Oh, my goodness. Who'd have thought that we'd end up here together?
Right, exactly. And so honored to be connected in this beautiful journey that we're both on. Similar, but different. And that's what's so amazing. So I want you to share with the audience members what propelled you to create the LightClub Curiosity Shoppe.
Oh, that's an interesting story because I honestly feel that some of the greatest things that we create just kind of happen. They're almost like happy accidents. Because if you think about it, like where we are today, we could have never planned this, how we ended up, especially when we met, the circumstances and everything. But my husband, when we first got together, he had an art gallery. And he closed it soon after because he was looking to get into other things. And shortly after we got married, we decided we just wanted to start another project together. It was really to spend more time together. That's all it was. And we love going into shops, galleries, and we kept saying, okay, well, if we had one, we would do it like this. We would do it like this. We would do it like this. And we were at a festival and we went into this one little gallery and we were loving the building and everything and pointing out and saying, oh, look, they have a whole back room. And then they have another room. You could have a massage office in there. And we're walking through this building, talking about what we would set up. And then we're asking the gentleman who had the gallery, how did you get in here? How do you like it? And he goes, well, actually, today's my last day.
Okay.
And he said, if you're interested in the space, you should call the landlord. Now, we had just moved into a new apartment a month before, so we weren't looking to do anything new. So my husband just took a picture of the number for the rent, just for the heck of it. And I guess it was a few weeks later, he was just going through his phone looking at the pictures, and he decides on a whim to make the call. And he talked to the landlord. And then he called me and he said, we might have to look into this because the price And the funny thing was is that Sugarloaf, we both loved it. It's like this beautiful arts and crafts village, and we're both creatives. And for me, it had always been a dream. I'd been going to Sugarloaf since I was 15, and I kept going, really a spot right on the main drag for that price? He goes, I think we have to check it out. So we go, and please keep in mind, we had no idea. There's no business plan. We could do this, we could do this, we could do this. We had no idea. There's no name, nothing. But we're going to talk to this landlord about renting this space that we have no idea what we're going to put in.
Right. Wow.
So
Talk about putting faith in one another. Yeah.
Yeah, it was honestly a project for us to do something together, just as a newly married couple. It was just something that we thought would be fun. I mean, we had been married maybe 6 months.
Wow. Okay.
And we just thought it would be fun. So we're talking to the landlord, and we're half serious, but not. And the landlord is just being so nice. And then we actually got him to get the number down a little bit. He's like, yeah, sure, that's fine. You can knock off that much. And after a while, we said, oh, okay. And we shook his hand. And the funny thing is, we didn't put any money down or anything. We just shook his hand and walked out. And then we said, well, where are we going to get this money?
What did we just
And
do?
then what are we going to do? And the funny thing was, is shortly after that, my husband was clearing out his, I think he was, yeah, that's right. He was clearing out his storage unit, and he had a bunch of stuff that he just wanted to get rid of. And it was like photos from his graffiti collection. And he ran into a buyer who wanted to buy it for the exact amount of the rent and the security.
Wow. Wow.
So then we took that as a sign, okay.
Yeah.
So we had that. But then what are we going to put in it? So, and where are we going to get the money? A couple of weeks later, this buyer gets all of the photos in the mail, says, do you have any more? He goes, as a matter of fact, yeah. So he sends him another set, and now we have the money to start putting things in there. And we started running into people. Oh, we have this furniture we're getting rid of. Okay, well, we put that in there. That's a display. We put that in there. And then we started talking. We put his artwork in there. And I said, I've been making this stuff for my massage practice. I've been making a couple of things like these healing items. So I decided, just as a test, we had also been making candles together, and we put them out. So we throw everything out. We do this grand opening. We invite all our friends, like it's this party. And that first night, that grand opening party, we made rent.
Wow.
So we just took that, okay, let's just keep going. And as it went along and it developed, just whatever we wanted to put in there, we decided, because we had called it a curiosity shop. And what's great about that is you can kind of do anything.
Right. You're not locked in.
Started to morph and what worked and what picked up. And if something wasn't working out, we just kind of threw that off to the side. But we were just so happy to be spending time together and having this nice little project that it just started to flourish. I mean, if somebody came in and we made $100 that day, we were just doing a happy dance, because we realized that if we made $100 every day we opened, because we're only open on weekends, we both had full-time jobs, that we could make rent. So we were just thrilled. And then it really started to take off. And I think the reason is because there was so much joy behind the project. So when people walked in, it was palpable.
They feel it.
And they were stepping into just our little world, our happy little world. Right. And I think that's what had a lot to do with it taking off.
That's just phenomenal, because I know my first experience of walking into the LightClub Curiosity Shop, it was like,
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important that as long as we're enjoying ourselves, I think that's what people are picking up on.
Oh.
And to this day, I mean, still when I walk into either store, I'm just like, oh, I love this store. I love this store so much. I'm so happy here.
Yes.
And that comes out. And everybody who works there, same thing. You're just so happy to be here.
Yes.
And that's what I think people, when they say that they love the energy, I honestly feel like that's what they're picking up on.
Definitely. There's no doubt. And the energy of yourself, your husband, your employees, it's all intertwined.
And
It has to be.
each and every individual that is helping you run these two shops, their energy and their words of advice provided to
Yes.
the customers is just so spot on and
Yeah.
uplifting. And it's not a sales pitch. It's just
No.
get that conversation going with the customer and like, hey, I've never been here before, but I'm really looking to do this with
Mhm.
my energy. What can I do? And
Exactly.
it's just amazing how a specific tool, whether it be a crystal or a spray or face products, are then presented to that customer, and then they keep coming back for more because they
Yeah, and they're
see.
all handmade,
Yes,
and, handmade with that same energy. "Oh, I love what I'm doing." And that's really important because when I go to make products, sometimes the shelf can be empty, but I know I can't make it then because I'm not in the best mood.
right,
And all of that has to do with, when you're working with energy, you can't hide it,
exactly.
and you
So
know that
I
better
love
than
that
anybody.
you're touching on that because I want you to
Mhm.
talk a little bit more about what you mean about the intentions that you're putting into your beautiful homemade products.
Well, we got to the point where each product has very specific
Mhm.
intentions. So what we do is when we make a product, first off, there's the feeling behind it. You got to enjoy yourself. But we found that, and in the beginning, that's what all it was, just happy as long as you're making something. But then the products started expanding because in the beginning we only had like three
Mhm.
products, no, four. Okay, two candles, that was it, and one spray and bath salts.
Wow.
That was it.
Wow.
That was all we had in the entire store, and then other things like the crystals, pendulums,
Right.
and not much though, not much. And so it was all made under the same intention. Oh, I love this. Look at this. It's in our own little case with our own little label. It's so fun, just
Yes.
stuff like that. And then it started to expand because the candles they picked up, but people would say, well, do you have one for, say, um, positive energy? Do you have one that I can put in my home? And then that became the intention.
Right.
And we even have mantras, specific mantras that are said while the candle's being made to reinforce that intention.
Mhm.
So it's not just on a label, it's actually being made the whole time.
Yes.
And we talk to the product, we talk to all the ingredients going in. It's just so many layers to the candle.
Mhm.
The same thing with the sprays or the oils, the liquid, because you just stir it right in, and you speak right into that vortex in it. And each one, as the need arises, shapes the intention.
Mhm.
So a lot of it says it on there, like attraction,
Yes.
or prosperity,
Mhm.
success. But it will come with a mantra. Okay? And the mantra is designed to activate something within you.
Mhm.
So you're not just buying this to say something for success. It's something like the mantra that will go into it is I am capable and I can manifest my own reality. And that would be the one that goes in, say, any of the success candle or the success spray.
Beautiful.
And that's so if you get more than one thing from that line, you're layering it on top of layering
Yes.
it. Yeah.
And now I want you to expand even further on that, on with
Mhm,
the mantras, how
mhm,
important it is for the individual that has graciously brought these products and is
mhm,
bringing it home with them, and how important it is for them to speak that mantra with positivity and love, but not
mhm.
just ending it there, taking an action step to
Oh,
bring
yeah.
that energy in even further. Could you expand on that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Any if done right, I should say, if done and well, that's almost a judgment call. If done in a way that in done in the most magical way, what happens is any product, anything with energy in it, is a partnership between the product and the person. A lot of people will come in and they'll think that, oh, if I just light this candle, that's enough. And the thing is that you have to give the energy something to ladder off of. So if you don't come in with the intention that, okay, I really want to make some changes in my life and move towards success or move towards healing. And if you have enough of that inside you, like a burning desire inside you. Then once you light the candle, you can say, the intention of the candle, you can say your own intention, you put it out there, but just know that once you light that candle or once you use that spray or once you use that oil, you're committing to change.
Mhm.
And you have to give the product something to stick to.
Yes.
Same thing with Reiki.
Yep.
Okay. You have to give it like you're activating when you work on somebody else, you're activating their personal healing system.
Mhm.
So it's like they have a switch inside them and you're helping them to turn it back on.
Yes.
That's the same thing with a product. So you're helping them to turn their switch back on. So they have to be aware of what they're doing because the power is not in the candle. The power is in you lighting the candle, or the power is in you putting the spray on or something, or whatever it is, because that you're the active ingredient.
And I love
Right? And
that. I love that saying that
yeah.
you're the active ingredient
Oh yeah.
because
Yeah.
it gives you ownership to
Yes.
how
Yeah.
you want your life to unfold.
And remind them that they are the power. They're not, that candle will only do it for you if, it will help.
Mhm.
It will put you in that mindset. It will definitely release that energy. But you are the one who decides how much. You are the one who is it going to be a short-term thing, or is this going to be something that is really going to awaken something in you and keep it going?
Yeah. And I love
So
that, awakening something in you. And when you go inward and you really are true to yourself as to
mhm,
what your deepest desires are, and that you're worthy of your deepest
mhm,
desires, and you're provided this positive outlook with a tool to amplify it, it's life changing. Life
thank you.
changing. It really
Well,
is.
it it's really more about, I think people have to realize that, they already are, they have success within them.
Mhm.
You've been successful at certain times in your life. So you have it within you. Don't tell me that you've never been successful at anything in your entire life. Even if it was just something like playing kickball, you're great at that. I
Right.
mean, just you have that, you have potential for success within you. You have a potential for attraction within you. You have potential for happiness within you. Even if you're not feeling it right now, the product or the session, the healing session, whatever it is designed to make it go from dormant to active.
Mhm.
And you have to be a willing participant.
Yeah. And I
So as
love
long as you're a
that,
willing
the
participant,
willing
yeah.
participant, because
Mhm.
share with the audience that may be listening in about the Magic Bar in
Oh,
Norwich,
yeah.
New York.
But let me tell you, when people they start like with whatever project they're working on, and then by the end of it, they're completely different. We created the Magic Bar because a lot of times people will come in and they know they want something, but they don't know what it is.
Mhm.
So then we usually say, well, why don't you go over to the Magic Bar, because that's a custom bar
Mhm.
and you're going to make it from scratch. You're going to be present for all of the parts of its making. And it's going to be so infused with your energy that nothing can work better
Yeah.
because you've actually made it. And we will guide you through the process. We give you suggestions. There's a whole list of different things that you can choose from, but you're customizing it according to your needs.
Yeah.
And you're putting in the intention, you're writing it down, you're literally putting it in. So with the Magic Bar, we teach them every step of the way how to infuse your energy. So, hold this, visualize, put yourself in that situation, visualize yourself already having it. How does that feel? What does it look like? And now breathe it into the jar or into the candle or whatever it is that you're making. So it's just, you are awakening that desire within yourself and you are active. So now you're again, the active ingredient. You experience it directly.
Yeah.
And once you learn how to do it, then that just, it's almost like you can't turn it off.
Right. Right.
Once you can't unsee something, once it's there, it's just like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how you awaken it. And they come in, and I've had people, a lot that I get, surprisingly, lately, is for empowerment and confidence.
Mhm.
That's the most popular one
Yeah.
lately. Okay, a lot of people would think it'd be money or something else. No, it's actually empowerment, confidence. And they'll come in low like this. And by the end, they're like, I feel great. And they're just totally transformed because they're always asking me, well, how long does it take to work? And I said, honestly, a lot of times I see that they feel better before they even
Right,
leave the store,
right. Their
and they always
posture
do.
has changed.
They
They're lighter.
totally different.
Yeah,
It's totally different, and you've been on the other side of that magic bar, you know what it's like, and it's just it's
it's
amazing,
amazing.
and it's just that's my favorite part of the whole store
Right.
because I get to watch
The
that whole transformation
transformation. It,
in, like, 15 minutes.
it, it's
It's the coolest thing,
yeah,
and that's actually why we did it, because in the beginning, it was just somebody coming in and saying, "Can you make this for me?" And I would do it, and then after a while, I just realized it was gonna be so much more powerful if they did it, so I said, "Alright, now you tie it, and you're gonna say what you want,"
yeah,
instead of having me say it,
yeah,
and then after a while, then they would know when they take it home, "Okay, if I wanna reinforce it, I do that again,"
yeah.
or, "This is how I" because it's just best to educate someone
Yes.
and let them bring that out in them.
Right.
It's not just about I don't need to sell you my candle so bad that I would just, gatekeep and not tell you how to do it
Right.
yourself.
And the hands-on
Yeah.
provides such beautiful,
Oh, yeah.
inspiring ownership of
Mhm.
knowing that I have this capability within me, the
Yeah,
individual, to
it's
change
true.
my position, my change my circumstances. And
That's right.
one of the times when I was volunteering at the shop, I loved it. There was a three generations, grandmother,
Mhm.
mom, and young daughter
Oh, that's the best.
sitting there, and the grandma and her daughter were just very specific about letting the
Mhm.
young 13-year-old
Yeah.
year old do what she wanted to do as they did
Oh,
what
that's
they were doing, and the
mhm.
three of them were giggling throughout it
Oh,
and
yeah.
just
Yeah.
uplifting one another, and I
Yeah.
was like, "This is amazing, 3 generation women just
Mhm.
enjoying this beautiful time of creating what each one wanted." And it was just such a beautiful nurturing, and the
Mhm.
young girl, of course, she's not sure what she's doing, and she
Yeah.
just but her confidence level
Oh, I know. It's
just
amazing.
rose so deeply, and our
I love that bar.
responsibility to fellow women, and of course
Mhm.
the male in our lives,
Mhm.
is to raise one another up.
Yeah.
You really see that this mom and grandmother wanted to cultivate this young
Mhm.
girl into doing this was just beyond beautiful, beyond.
Well, I had an experience, probably the most interesting one that I ever had is, a husband and wife came in, and the wife was doing the jar, and the husband was just kinda sitting there, and he was tolerating it. And halfway through, he wanted to make one,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And he said, "Could I do one for my business?" I was like, "Yeah, you could do one for your business. This is mine right on the because I have one for our business."
Right.
I said, "This is mine, and this is what I do with it." So he starts doing one, and he's enjoying himself. He goes, "Can I keep it on my desk at work?" I said, "Yes, of course." I said, "Just give it a little shake every time you do." And, he had such a great time, and he got so into it, especially when you
Yeah.
do the little candle drip to seal the
Yeah.
candle shut. It's just like, "Can I do some more?" I had to give him another candle so he could do another color on it. He had the best time. Well, what was got really best, this was my favorite part of it, is about a month later, he brought in a colleague from work who saw the jar on his desk and kept asking him about it, and the guy told him all about it, and finally, he kept telling him, and he said, "No, I'm just gonna bring you over," and they came back in, and he sat there, and the funniest part, this is the funniest part, he's telling the guy how to make the jar the whole time.
I
He's like,
love
"No,
it.
no, no, no. You gotta really focus, man. You gotta focus." He says, "It works, it works." And I'm just sitting there, I was like, "He's just doing my job for me." And I just kept going, "Yeah, what he said, what he said." And it was somebody who didn't even wanna make a jar, and he was just like the biggest advocate
Right.
by the end. And it was just so funny because you usually don't see men as much
Right.
because
Yep.
it's just not something that is, I wouldn't even say that they're not interested in, they think it's not for them.
Yes. Right.
That's usually what it is. They just think it's not for them, but once they realize it is,
Yeah.
like a whole new world opens up and they are just so enthusiastic, and it's really nice because we'll get husbands and wives come in and they make a jar together for their
Yeah.
home,
It's
but,
beautiful.
wow, yeah, or candles together. I have one couple who comes back, usually every 6 months, and they make a candle. They do one for their anniversary, and then they do one for Valentine's Day,
Very,
which is
oh,
fun,
that's beautiful.
right?
So
Yeah.
speaking of the male customer, you have a
Mhm.
beautiful section at Light
Yes.
that is dedicated to
Yes.
male. So can you
Yeah.
tell us what's available in there for the male?
So that's the haberdashery. Okay. And my husband, because we did it together and as it was growing and everything, we started with the candles, we started with this, we started with that. And our clientele, and mostly female, but the couples would come in and my husband would sit there and goes, "There's nothing for men here. There's nothing for men here." And I said, "You're right." And he says, "It's not that they wouldn't come in." He says, "They're coming in anyway. They're just not staying because there's nothing for them."
Right.
They would usually go in the back and look at the art.
Hmm.
And then they would say, "I'm going to wait outside."
Yeah.
So he said, "Let's just start bringing some things in for them." So we started out with the first thing I think were the hats. And because, just it was something he has a tendency, he collects hats, he collects leather bags.
Hmm.
We had the canes. So we had them there and the men started going crazy for that. But then we started to expand it. And then we said, "Well, what about products for them too?" So we have Edward,
Hmm.
our one of our mediums, basically our reader that's been with us the longest. He was making a beautiful essential oil blend, so he started creating something that could be used as kind of like an aftershave.
Nice.
He was doing moisturizing cream, a whole bunch of stuff. So he came up with a whole line. I said, "Okay, beautiful. We'll put that out there because I know the intention that's being made
Hmm.
under. It's handmade,
Yep.
right? And we know who made it. And that's just boom, boom, boom. That checked all our boxes. So then, so we have that out there, and then all these other things started to expand. The jewelry, men were starting to ask for jewelry. We have there's pocket watches, wallets, but just a whole bunch of different items there. And now the men, they just go right there, boom, right to that corner. And the women, it's great because now the women have somewhere to shop for their men as well.
Yes. Yes.
And and then expanded into the children's section. So then we have the whole family can come in and there's something for everybody.
And it's beautiful the way you have the children's session set up. You have two little chairs in there with a low
Yeah.
table. So the kids can really go in there and immerse themselves
Mhm.
in the children's products that are in there. They
Yeah,
feel like they're
products,
in their own personal playroom. And
yeah, toys,
it's
books,
beautiful.
including your
Thank
books.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So would I'd be curious to know, no pun intended, what are the next steps for Light Club? What can we
Oh, yeah.
expect from you and your wonderful husband, Cotillo?
All right. Well, what we've been really gravitating towards is just things for the community to do.
Mm.
So we have the products and people love coming in the store. They don't want to leave. And I think this started with the it really became something that started like living in our heads when we had the cabaret
Mm.
performance. Okay, we did that for our 1 year anniversary last year. We did the free workshops during the day, and we always have classes. But then we had a whole like a variety show, and there was burlesque, and there was magic, and there was this, and there was that. And the amount of people who came in who loved it and said we just live entertainment and just a place to go and with my friends. And we just started realizing that we have so many talented friends and there's so many different things we can do. Game nights, I just things for to get people out of the house
Yeah,
because nowadays it's just too easy to stay in your house.
right, right. And
You
it's
know, a
important
lot
to
of
get
people,
out.
yeah, a lot of people work from home. They don't go out to shop anymore. It's
Yeah,
all
yeah,
online. There's really no interaction unless it's online,
yeah,
and you miss that human connection.
yeah.
So if we can start bringing things, events that give people a chance to get out and interact.
Yes, it's huge.
Um,
It's huge.
yeah,
It's that community
yeah,
aspect of it all, and to really be with people where you can talk about the
mhm,
energy and what events are going on and lifting one another up.
yeah.
So, for those that are listening, where can they find you? Online and in your brick and mortar stores?
Okay. Well, online is mylightclub.com. Okay. And we have everything that's in the store can pretty much be found in some aspect online. Of course, you can shop, you can get all of our products online, but you can also get online readings. We do online classes and events,
Yes.
all, and they change every month.
Mhm.
So, there's a chance to go on there. There's something for you. Just make sure that you check it out. There's a whole community on there. We have our classes, our monthly classes, where we educate in year and a day, and we all work together on that. And even the group pages are on the website. So there's so much opportunity to connect there. And then if you are local or not even local, we have people who travel.
Yep.
We welcome you all. There is our original boutique is in Sugarloaf, which is an arts and crafts village, and that's 1379 Kings Highway in Sugarloaf, New York. And then we've got the about 6 minutes away, and people wonder why they're so close to each other. But honestly, it's like two different worlds.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah. And Warwick, that's our newer shop. Okay. That is our headquarters. That's about 7,500 square feet. It's right on Main Street in Warwick. So that's 40 Main in Warwick, New York.
Beautiful.
And that one you'll find where we make everything. The second floor, again, is our event center. So that's where you see all the big events, like the tea parties, everything that's going on up there, classes, and also the healing suite.
Yes.
Where you've got the aesthetics, the massage therapy, the Reiki, the private services, the private personalized services that we offer, and just basically everything that we do.
Great. And what's wonderful about your private salon upstairs for the energy healing and the esthetician, it's truly private. It's up and
Yes.
away from the main
Yes.
store. So when you're in that beautiful, serene location, you do not hear the noise going, not the noise, but the conversations and the people
The
coming and
activity.
going. You don't hear that when you're in that beautiful space. And it's
No, and it's like a whole different world.
whole different world, whole different world. Well, I
Yeah.
am so honored and delighted that you connected with me today. And
Oh, thank
I'm really looking forward to airing this interview. And I will be back in touch with you when it does go live. So
Thank
namaste to you. Thank you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Such an honor. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I enjoyed this.
Great. So did I immensely.
Thank you for joining me on Energy is Serenity. I appreciate you taking the time to explore the power of the word, mindfulness, and calming practices with me. If today's episode resonated, please subscribe and consider leaving a review. Until next time, may your energy be serene and your words be empowered. Namaste.